Hey folks, it's Rick. So I'm heading out into the yard to begin vlog number 2. And this one will start off with some more of our fauna. And maybe we'll meet another one of the pets. We'll see. But let's start by heading around the side of the house to my garden. Here we go. Look at this stuff, it's gorgeous. Got some Peruvian lilies. We've got some begonias and some beautiful primroses. Here's a hydrangea that's not blooming. Here's a hibiscus that does bloom. A marigold. This guy's he's Pinot. It's named after Pinot Palladino. Look, it's starting to bloom. It's gorgeous. Little yellow flowers. Good job, Pinot. This is my garden tile around my air conditioner. It's looking nice. This stuff's great. You just go and buy it in these little squares. Stick it on the ground and it grows. And here's the star of the show over here. Zed the azalea. Every spring Zed gives us these beautiful red flowers. And Zed's new buddy, the Montauk daisy, used to be around the mailbox. There's my bellflowers. I love them. Walking down, there's another primrose. Some more bellflowers. Another beautiful marigold. Oh, and Oliver, my olive tree. See what happens with that. Alright, as you can see, we've got more flowers and stuff. Alright. Hey, so, I wasn't sure what we were going to cover today, but day 2 of the vlog, I'm still going strong. Back to the project, the Degas Telecaster. If you watched my previous video, you know that it didn't have a nut on it. Well, I went down to the guitar store, my local friendly guitar store, and the guy, my friend there, Matt, he gave me a nut, and it wasn't the right size, but I fixed it, and I put some new, I fixed it, and I put some new grooves in it. I made it a little smaller. I measured this very painstakingly. So once I put the strings on, we'll see if it works, or if it needs to be adjusted more, if it needs to be thrown away and start again. So I also ordered the bridge on Amazon, and I ordered the special threaded saddles so that hopefully I can sort of lay out the strings where I want them as far as string spacing. So, the neck is a bit smaller than your average Telecaster. This is a smaller guitar. So I ordered the saddles and the bridge. I've got the nut. I'm going to be finding out about my tuners around 3:30 today, I believe. And so there we go. That is the update on the Degas guitar project. So, in 1 second, we'll talk about blues again. Folks, meet George. George is the eldest pet in our household. He's a fantastic orange tabby badass cat. Oh yeah, look at him. He's got his belly shaved because he just had an ultrasound done to see if he's got some kind of illness. It was inconclusive. He doesn't look that sick to me. Anyway, there's George. He is awesome. He's a little bit of a temperamental jerk sometimes, but he's my cat. Hi, Georgie. Yeah. All right. So let's go talk about guitars. Okay, so got my little Korean-made PRS guitar. I put this up against an Able guitar. I love this thing. I put these Lindy Fralin pickups on hum canceling P90s. What a sound this thing's got. I just love it. So, grab a nice plectrum. How about these? I like these little crocodile plectrums. They sound good. So I said we were going to talk about blues. I lied. We're going to talk about Jazzy Chords. So, a lot of folks know these chords, basic bar chords, open position chords. Like here's D, G, C, A, E. Everybody knows, a lot of people know those. I went to college for music. That doesn't make me great. It just makes me a guy who knows more names for things, and a guy who was forced to practice a little bit more. So I learned about jazz guitar in college, but I can't say that I can play jazz. I can play jazzy. So I talk about jazzy chords, right? So what happens if you have a D chord and you really like to make it sound a little more colorful? You can play a D major 7, but that sometimes makes it sound too pretty. You can play a D6. That's a great thing to play. So D6 can be done 2 ways. Well, a lot of ways, but see that? That's really like an A minor shape that I moved up to a B minor shape, and I put a D bass note on it, and a B minor with a D bass note, folks, is actually a D6. And so, great sounding chord. I'll give you an example. In the Second Breakfast Band, we play this old Paul Simon song called One Trick Pony. We do it like a bossa nova, but we do which is pretty cool. It's a nice groove. It gets to the bridge part. Here's a jazzy chord, C9. So anytime you looking to play like a C, any kind of a 7th chord in a song, a lot of the times you can substitute a 9th chord. You'll even get more flavor out of that. So here's C, goes to a C9, goes to an F, and it goes to an F sharp diminished. I'll talk about diminished chords a different day, because diminished chords are magic. Then it goes back to a C. It goes to an E7. So I'm playing an E9. Sometimes I just play an E7. Those 3 fingers. Sometimes I play down here. To an A minor, and then the next chord is B flat. So maybe I don't want to play that chord. Maybe I would rather play something a little more colorful. So I play a B flat 6, and it's just jazzy enough, but it doesn't sound too pretentious, I'd say. So. Brings us out of that jazzy feeling to just a nice solid F chord. But then, guess what? You go right back to that chord. That's even a different color. That's a B flat 6/9, meaning that it has the B flat chord, but it also has a major 6 in it, and it also has a major 9 in it. Great chord. So ninth chords are very cool. So the 6 chords, 6 and 9 chords is what we're talking about here. So I showed this chord before. Here is, a little trick that I learned. I used to go out and see these blues bands, and I would see them playing the Stevie Ray Vaughan tune, Open Arms. And I loved it, because this one guy who would do it like this. So I was like, what is he doing there? Because I was just like, it's this. I figured it's just those 2 notes. Then I realized he's making this chord. And I looked at it and I'm like, that's an E minor 7 flat 5, which is what it is. Here's E minor. Here's E minor 7. Here's the 5 if you move it to a flat, and then you get this. E minor 7 flat 5, right? But then I realized, haha, if you take this note, this C, and you add it on the bass, then you get, sounds like a C7 chord to me, but really what it is, see, look, you have C, E, and G. There's your C7, and then there's D. That's the 9, and there is the 5th, G. G. So it's E minor 7 flat 5, or E half diminished, is the same chord as, it's the same notes as C dominant 9. So what can you do with that? All kinds of stuff. So imagine you're just playing a blues in C. Get a little more light there. Over this C chord, I mean, you could play your typical C stuff, right? What I always do, and I really get a lot of mileage out of this riff. It's a special way to say I overuse it. I'll do this. Which is an arpeggio based on this E minor 7 flat 5 or C9. Look, there's our C6-9. That's awesome. All right, so using jazz chords, jazzy chords in blues is a nice way to spice things up and get people's attention too, because people are used to hearing, and there might be like, getting my drink here, hanging out at this bar. I heard somebody do that, and then the minute they hear somebody go, then it might be like, oh, what was that? Just somebody fancy up on stage playing fancy stuff. No, it's just old Rick. Playing his jazzy stuff, because he doesn't really play jazz, he plays jazzy. All right. Hey, anybody have any questions about that? Let me know. Mention it in the comments, and I can answer whatever questions I know how to answer. And thanks for listening today. Please subscribe to the Rick Romanelli channel, because I love to have subscribers. All right, day 2 in the bag. Thanks a lot, everybody. Peace to you. Take it easy.